Ron Huxley, Family Healer.
It's okay to stalk your children on social media. This is what I told a dad recently who was in my office and complaining that his teenage children had come up with a fake Instagram account. And I often hear parents talk about having fake hidden Facebook accounts, email accounts, using programs like Snapchat and other programs that delete the messages and the pictures that they send, and they get themselves into a lot of trouble. And they're just sneaking around, which is just not good behavior and choices on the part of the teenagers. But it happens all the time. And so I told the dad, it's okay to stalk your child on social media, to open up your own account and to find out what they're doing. And parents often feel guilty about doing this because then they feel like they're invading the child's privacy, and of course the child complains that they deserve their own privacy. But a child's safety is more important than a child's right to privacy. They deserve a right to privacy, but their need for safety goes above that. And their brains are still developing until they're in their mid 20s. They're not going to be fully developed prefrontal lobes that have the ability to plan and make good choices in terms of executive functioning skills, impulse control, self-control, cause and effect thinking. All these things are going to come as a result of their brain becoming more fully developed and the experiences that they will go through. And at this point in life, they can afford to make a few mistakes because the result of the consequence of that, the payment for it, it really is not that expensive. If they're adults on their own, it's going to be expensive. So it's good for moms and dads to be able to confront children and stalk them and find out what they're doing and sometimes invade their privacy. And this is true even, I believe, of things like diaries and other stuff, to periodically check things in their room for drugs, for notes, for information that shouldn't be there. Because they could literally get themselves into a lot of trouble. Physically, they could be taken advantage of. Emotionally, they could be taken advantage of. Sexually, they can be taken advantage of. Spiritually, they can be taken advantage of. And there's just so many things that the parent's job is to protect their child. And this is way more important than their privacy. Of course, once a child has earned back the right to that privacy and the trust has been reestablished, then some of these things can be re-engaged and the parent doesn't need to search their room or read a diary or check out what they're doing on Facebook. But I would still periodically be checking to see what your kids are doing, just to be really sure that they don't fall prey to temptation and some of the dangers in the world. So you may not agree with me on this subject, but I've just worked with so many families over the last 2 decades that, of course, 2 decades ago, we didn't even have social media, but we had email and we had kids not being where they were supposed to be when they said they're supposed to be there. And it is a much more complicated world than it used to be. And because of that fact, I really advise parents to check out what their kids are doing, who they're hanging out with, and to make sure that what they're saying is true. Even the best church-going child will make a bad choice, and we have to be there to help them learn from that experience. Thanks very much.